Now we'll go for listener. Listener is an interface which provides the methods for listening to the actions generated by client-side programs or actions generated by client-side components for performing various operations. Next, how to create a listener we are going to see now. Now let me erase this particular filters. I don't want filters, so I'll remove this filter. Let the servlet be there. Okay. Now you just check it out. Right click, new listener. Here class name first stner. Okay. Next. See, we have so many types of listeners over here. You can check it out. Sublet context listener, next session listener, Sublet request listener. These are the listeners which we have. Suppose Sublet context listener. If you go for this listener, if Sublet context is initialized, Sublet context is destroyed, Sublet context is updated, if you fetch the value, these kind of changes, if anything happens on your Sublet context, at that time those particular listener will be enabled. When it comes to session listener, here whenever if you create a session, whenever if you store the values into session, whenever you update the values into session, remove or delete the session, during that time this session will get operations invoked. When it comes to servlet request, same thing. Whenever request is created, request is updated, request is destroyed, these methods will get invoked. Of course, functionality wise, almost all the things are same only. Now, whichever the listener you want, you can select it and you can go ahead and you can check it out once. I'll instead of this, I'll go for servlet request. Servlet context instance, already we have seen the program. For that, we might have applied. Right now in this program, we have servlet request. I'll apply for servlet request only. Next, you can check it out. Servlet request listener. And we have to override the abstract methods. Yes, finish. See, one extra tag will get added over here. That is listener. Which is your listener? That tag will get added. By default, one tag only will be there for one listener. That's it. Other than that, there is no other changes you will find in web.xml. And when it comes to listener, you can check it out. Request destroyed, request initialized. Whenever if any request is initialized, if you need to do any operations, like if you need to store the information that application is loaded, request is provided, request is supplied, something and all, if you need to store it into, just basically we need to track the information into DB. Which application is loaded, all those things. For that particular types of scenarios, we'll take the help of this one. Now, anyway, request initialize first. What I will do, one sec. Here we have client. This filter is not required. Initialized. Request destroyed. So just we have added this. Now if I run this, see, request is initialized and destroyed. By default, this page is loaded. Now I'll enter some value. Hello. I will click. Again, request will be initialized and destroyed also. Whenever any request is initialized, destroyed, during that time, the operations automatically, the listener will get invoked automatically, and it will give you the result in the console. This is sample example I have taken. But if you want to connect to some database, if you need to store some data related to that information, request all those things before performing the operations in the sense, this will be the good option for you.